What do you get when you take a Massachusetts comedian,
Drink as much as you can, drink as fast as you can, have some fun.
a Massachusetts politician,
And I approve this message.
and
All right, let me
one
bring
part
us in.
sports, one part politics, and a healthy dose of unsubstantiated opinion? Sweeney and Malone. Here's Steve Sweeney and Joe Malone.
Elliott Lounge.
I think it may have been the dugout. I don't know.
No. The Rathskeller.
Wow. Yeah. A great rock and roll place.
I like going down for the
fact
music.
that he can't remember, it speaks
Oh,
volumes.
my God.
No, the other ones were dating bars, and it was a meat market. If you want to go to a meat market, go to a place that they're really cutting steaks.
Listen, when you're Bill Lee, I'm so tired. This is what I'm tired of in Oprah Nation. So I watch these shows. They say women want a sense of humor. They want to be sensitive, man, but they want them to be manly. Just be a freaking professional athlete. I've been at these benefits. They fall at your feet. Why didn't I ever become an athlete? That's what I want to know.
Stevie, if you would
No one ever goes home with a comedian.
Couldn't hit the breaking ball.
No, that's right, the breaking ball. Hey, so are there any knuckleballers left? Wakefield's
Well,
gone,
the right guy threw yesterday. I think he threw the second game of the doubleheader. He throws pretty good. There's a few of them, but the problem with a knuckleballer is you can't get anyone to catch him, and it's a
Yeah, you got to carry a guy on the roster just to catch him.
just to catch him. It's tough. It's a what do you call it? A serendipitous pitch. It goes where it wants to go. You don't really have that much control over it. And
Isn't that
the
interesting?
fielders don't know how to play behind it. And the ball is put into precarious positions, little dumpers here and there, and then they'll hang one, and then you'll hit a 3-run homer, and then the guy looks up. Next thing, it's 8-0, and you go, "When do I take that guy out?" I go, "Now would be a good time."
But didn't Wakefield
Wakefield
have a
had
long
his bad
career?
games.
Yeah.
Not Elroy Face. It was Hoyt Wilhelm was the first knuckleball.
Did he have the big mustache?
No, that's Raleigh Fingers.
Raleigh Fingers.
He was Hoyt Wilhelm was a little knuckleball pitcher that came up and is in the Hall of Fame, and he just slowly went by it. Wakefield may get to the Hall of Fame because they can go out forever, and you just don't know. You can throw all day when you only throw 70 miles an hour.
Now, does anybody throw sidearm anymore?
Few people throw submarine. There's that reliever, the closer that throws for Toronto and throws really hard.
What pitchers do you like to watch?
I like to watch guys that work fast, throw strikes.
Who would that be?
That would be Catfish Hunter,
but
Bob
they're
Gibson.
gone.
They're all
They're gone. They're gone.
There are not a whole lot of them out there.
What about the kid from
Miley.
Washington, the first year he came
Miley's.
up?
Who's?
The kid for the Washington Nationals.
Oh no, he's a hard thrower. He's one of these guys that looks like he's unfolding out of an accordion, and he throws hard. Strasburg throws a lot of. I don't like guys like that because I know they're going to get hurt, and they always do get hurt. They break down, and
He pitched in our league, Strasburg.
How is the Red Sox pitching this year?
terrible. I like Johnny Padres. I like little fat left-handers that smoke cigarettes in the dugout and throw strikes.
We've had Carl Yastrzemski's daughter on the show,
And Jim Lomboy.
and she said that Yaz would leave a cigarette on the dugout stairs there and get up to bat, and then he'd finish it when he was done.
Yeah.
Boy, that's amazing.
If he had 4 at bats, there would be 4.
Let me ask you something. Why? Now, certain guys, they're like really famous, they're really adored, and then they just disappear. I think of Sandy Koufax and Yastrzemski. What happened with? Why don't you ever see him?
They don't like people. In other words, they're reclusive. He has an emotional disability for being around people.
Is Koufax like that too?
Koufax moved to Maine and hid out for the same reason, and then he only came out of seclusion after that guy that's ran off with his money, Bernie Madoff.
Wow.
And he invested all with Bernie Madoff, and that's why you're seeing a lot more of Sandy Koufax, because he really got hammered by that scheme with the New York Mets.
So, Bill, what teammates of yours on the Red Sox were your closest buddies?
Mostly pitchers, Rick Wise, Ferguson Jenkins, but Bernie Carbo always hung around with us because he liked us, and then he took up running, and he tried to help his career, but he got traded. He kept getting traded, and I kept sticking up for him. And
So So I saw him on ESPN talking about the '75 World Series game where he hit the home run to tie it, and Carlton Fisk wins it, and he was very forthright. He said that at that time he couldn't go to the time batting practice because he was just so out of it. I mean,
he's drinking?
He was very, I'm not selling any tales out of school. He said on national TV.
The problem with Bernie is, even when he's normal, he's out of it. It's like
all
you
geniuses.
You couldn't tell. I mean, the kid's from south of 8 Mile.
Yeah.
He's from a town that is. They've already done the autopsy.
Yeah. And by the way, the other thing he said was the first pitch he swung at before he hit that home run, he missed it by 3 feet.
It broke in on his hands, but I've seen him. He's one of the great pitch hitters, one of the great clutch hitters in baseball. He was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He was an individual that took care of himself. He's the first guy to refuse to go to spring training because they wouldn't give him a raise. And he was punished by Cincinnati. He was sent to St. Louis. Then he was sent to us, and we had him, and he did all right. Then we sent him to Milwaukee. Then we brought him back, and then he did great in the World Series. And then in '78, we got rid of him again. It was hard for him to keep his job, but he's a tremendous savant.
So favorite manager that you played
Dick
for?
Williams.
Dick Williams.
Only
Wow.
Dick Williams.
Wow.
Dick Williams is the only one that knew what he was doing.
Yeah, imagine that.
The only one.
Wow.
And I played in Rod Dato at USC.
Who was the first baseman under Dick Williams? Is that
first
George Scott, or am I going back
Scott.
too far?
Yeah, the Boomer. Yeah,
The Boomer, and then he went to third base in '69, played third base for me, and they brought Yastrzemski in from left field.
Right.
And before that, Dalton Jones played first base. Before that, Vern Stevens played first base.
Did you ever meet?
Anybody can play.
Did you ever meet Ted? Did you ever meet Ted Williams?
Ted Williams, when Ted Williams walked down the street, he said, "I want to be known as the greatest hitter that ever lived." He hit on all 3 of my wives.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you
there you
think
go.
this genius is restricted to baseball? The guy's got the one-liners. Can I just mention? Guy goes to the doctor. The doctor says, you got to stop masturbating.
Oh.
The guy says, why? The doctor says, because I'm trying to examine you.
The views expressed by Steve Sweeney are not those of W.
Completely clean. I checked it with the FCC. They'd love it in Vermont. Right, Bill?
They wouldn't understand it in Vermont. They're out playing with the sheep in the field.
I got to tell
So
you
let's
something.
get back to the Pilgrims here.
My
Right?
favorite state is Vermont. I'll tell you something. My favorite state is Vermont. There's no billboards. They outlawed them. There's no Walmarts. The people are great. They're very, everybody I met had a farm. It was just great. I can't say
the
enough.
next president of the United States lives there and
Bernie,
represents
they all
the
love
state.
Bernie. I've always felt there's something magic about Vermont.
It is. It's because there are no street signs. Everybody gets lost. And Vermonters love to talk to people from out of state because they don't get to talk to people in state.
I know. Yeah, I know. At first you think it's rude. It's just they haven't talked to anybody all winter.
They haven't. They'll stop you for no reason. It's the greatest place to hitchhike. Everybody picks you up because they want a conversation.
I know.
It's been snowing and everything else.
But what's more beautiful?
What a beautiful state. You're
You like it up there.
I love it.
Where
No.
are you from originally?
L.A.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, isn't that funny?
And you went to
6
USC.
generations downtown L.A.
And you went to USC.
USC.
I
And
did too. I went to grad school at USC. I got my degree in writing.
At
My
USC.
favorite LA era, if you're a reader, Raymond Chandler.
Raymond Chandler,
Like
yeah.
Chinatown, the movie, you know?
The
Yeah.
Black Dahlia, all this good stuff.
Yeah, The Long Goodbye,
Film-
all that stuff.
film
But
noir.
LA now is, I wouldn't go back there if you paid me.
Well, it's getting better. They've put in some rapid transit that stops at SC and goes all the way to the ocean now.
Oh,
They're
wow.
really starting to get the cars off the road, and people are starting to get it. And this drought has forced them to really analyze the way they live their lives.
Very smart governor.
And I'll tell you, the governor, you're right, Jerry's a good
Very
guy.
smart. He's
His-
he's a guy who is actually a dedicated public servant.
Yeah.
mayor of Oakland, and then, previous governor.
His-
You got to be a wonk to want to do that stuff.
His father worked for my uncle.
Is that right?
Edmund G. Brown, the first governor, worked for Hunt Ball Hart and Brown, a law firm in Long Beach, and worked with my uncle.
Who, of course, ended up losing to Reagan, and then Reagan, I don't know what happened to him after he got elected governor. Did
Reagan-
No, Edmund was already gone.
Oh,
but
was he?
Reagan
So-
beat
Reagan
Who
beat
did
Wilson.
Reagan beat?
didn't
Pat
he?
Brown.
he beat-
Pat Brown, right?
Pat Brown, right.
Was it Pat Brown? Is that was that?
No,
was that
Edmund
the
G.
same
Pat
guy?
Brown. No, that was
No.
way before.
Wow.
Pat was already gone.
Okay.
Pat was already gone.
Wow, I thought
and-
Reagan.
How do
beat
you,
Brown.
and I'm not going to ask you how old you are, you actually play baseball like me. I could hit a home run and get thrown out at first. You know what I mean? How do you,
Yeah, I doubt the home run, but I believe the home run, the
well,
first
but I
base
mean,
thing.
how do you still move around and play baseball? That's amazing.
You breathe in your left nostril
Yeah.
and out your right nostril. Then you breathe in your right nostril and out your left nostril.
But how do you do that while you're playing with it? You have a
You
glove.
do it
and-
your whole life, and it's called yoga. It's called transference, and it's the corpus callosum of your left side of your brain, your right side of your brain. And when you become balanced that way, then you don't age the way not what I call
I know.
mouth breathers.
You're not going to believe this. I actually know what he's talking about. It's called alternate nostril breathing. It's called pranayama. Yeah.
Really?
All right, let's talk about the Pilgrims.
Yes, we have tomorrow night. We have Boston Red Sox night out at Forges Field. 6:30
Forges Field. Where
Forges
is
Field,
that?
exit 5 off of Route 3, Long Pond Road, right
Okay.
in Plymouth. And we have Bill Lee coming out along with Wally the Green Monster and Paws from
Wow.
the Paw Sox. So be a great night out there. 6 o'clock, Bill's going to come out and hang around for a couple of hours. And
Get there early. I'll throw batting practice. Meet all the kids. I'll have a good time. It's a workout day.
absolutely.
Wow, how about that?
Last year we had Jim Longmore come out, and this year we're lucky enough to have Bill join us. So
Let me
we're
tell you
very
about
excited.
this guy. Every charity event I ever go, he's right there.
The best, the first guy to answer the bell every time.
You know what? And I think that he's going to be the 18th candidate to run for the Republican nomination.
We'll vote for him.
18.
Trust me, a
18.
Republican is a guy with short arms that can't get to his pockets.
He's running as an independent. That's what I said.
Actually, I write Bernie's speeches, which is not bad.
Have you had? I've never met him, but I've always liked him because he's plain spoken and he's direct. Now you must have met
I
him.
know him. I
They love him up there.
He was standing on a corner in a rainstorm in November. It was sleeting, and he had a sign on, "I'm Bernie Sanders." And the rednecks were trying to knock him off the road in downtown Hardwick, Vermont. Tough
Wow.
town. It's an old, what do you call it, granite quarry town. It was all Irish and Italian immigrants. And the cemetery up there, half the people in there died in knife fights on Friday night.
You know that.
Town. Hardwick. Call it Hardwick.
Do you know that there's a gravestone in Vermont? You know how the old gravestones that sometimes they show funny things. One of them says, "I told you I was sick." Isn't that great?
That's my favorite.
Isn't that great? So during the winter, you make maple syrup.
I make bats. In the spring, you make maple syrup.
Wow.
Only when your roof.
Do you have a
starts
big
to-
house up there? Now, what part of Vermont do you live?
Northeast Kingdom.
Craftsman.
Oh, you're all the way up. Yeah.
Yeah. In the spring you make syrup. In the winter you harvest timber, and you replenish your wood for the next year, or you hibernate. You don't do too much. And then when the spring comes, you make maple syrup. When the summer comes, you start your late spring, you start your
Yeah,
garden.
but you're
and you make a garden. Everybody's got a garden.
but you're a California guy. Why don't you leave for the winter, like everybody
I
else?
did this winter because I could see the handwriting on the wall that it was going to be a bad one.
Yeah, it was really bad.
When it's 18 degrees above normal in Alaska, that's got to push the cold somewhere. And because of the Coriolis effect in the jet stream, it came right down this gut, right down the coast of Maine, went right over this rock right here, and it exited down around Martha's Vineyard. And we got our butts kicked. You were here, weren't you?
Unfortunately, yeah. This was the one winter where I've always said, I don't want to go. Florida to me is culturally dull. There's nothing there. And everything. This was the one winter I said, I see why they go there. You know,
Smarter than the rest of us.
just to escape the winter.
But I play baseball, so I have the opportunity. I play on January 3rd, and I don't finish playing till probably the third week of March.
Where do you play January 3rd?
On January 3rd, I play in Pirate Town, down there in Bradenton. I have a camp of about 30 kids.
What state is that in?
Bradenton is in Florida.
Wow.
That's the home of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Wow.
Every northern town has a southern affiliate that carries their baseball team.
Now, what teams do you watch right now in baseball? Who are you interested
I
in?
watch the Red Sox, except when they're on the West Coast, because it's too late. Last month, I went with them to Oakland. I went with them to Seattle. But this time, I had this commitment. I was auctioned off for the Spalding Center on a beach down in Sandwich. I had lunch down there, and they roughed
Is that
me up.
some kind of sexual thing you were auctioning
It was
off?
kind of turned into a sexual thing because.
Is that your wife there?
That's beautiful, Diana. Yes, Diana Lee.
Yeah, paging Diana Lee.
We got to roll next door too. We got to get rolling next door.
Okay,
so.
listen, I can't thank you enough. Bill
Thanks
Lee.
for having us.
And tomorrow night is at what
Tomorrow
field?
night, Forges Field in Plymouth, 6:30. Get
Wow.
out there early.
Early for batting practice.
How about a big round of applause for Bill Lee, everybody?
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is a one-drink event. Thank you very much.
Thank
All right,
you,
we're going to be
Steve.
back
you
after
believe
a
that?
break.
It's a one-drink
We're going to be back after a
I'm
break.
a slow
Thank
drinker.
Welcome back to Sweeney and Malone. I just have to ask one exit question. What do we got here? Oh,
at
yeah,
the
sure.
Tavern
At the
on the
Tavern
Wharf.
on the Wharf. Thank you, Larry
Yeah, and
Legend.
we wanna
Always
thank
keeping
the
me in line.
We want to thank the Tavern on the Wharf for having
Yeah.
us. Joe Malone will be back here again. I've been asked never to return to the Tavern on the Wharf.
Yeah. In
I
fact,
also
Steve,
see
the
two women.
Plymouth police are waiting to
There's
escort
two
you.
women that have restraining orders on me.
Yeah.
You know, the last girl I went out with, to me it was love. To the police it was stalking.
Yeah. Well, Steve.
Anyway, please call me Caitlin. Bill Cosby drugged me. But
All right, so a parting question, Bill.
Yes.
You got one album you can bring because you're going to a deserted island. You won't get off that island for 3 years. What is it?
Andrea Bocelli.
Ooh, all right, a touch of class. One of my people. Absolutely, yeah. Beautiful voice, huh?
Yeah, with
Wow.
Celine Dion.
Oh my God, huh? Absolutely.
Yeah. It'll
The
make
prayer.
me cry.
The
I
prayer.
was sitting down on the beach in Hyannis, and we heard it playing out on there, and we just stopped. And we just sat there, and it was just most remarkable.
So there is a concert he did at Lake Las Vegas, which is also on video. Mrs. Lee, you would like this. And he does that song, but he also does the Elvis song, Wise Man, with that voice. Oh, my God, absolutely gorgeous.
It's pretty good.
Don't sing it.
Only fools. Hey. But anyway, Bill, it's an honor to have you here. Man,
Yeah,
thank you
thanks
so
so much,
much.
Bill Lee.
And to Mrs. Lee. Tell you what.
Mrs. Lee.
Canadian, Alberta, Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, Canada. Mrs. Lee, please say hello to our listeners, if you would. All right?
Hello, everyone.
A little bit of French.
Oh, I know no French. I can only read the cereal boxes now.
So do you spend much time in Canada?
Not anymore.
No? All right. Well, you're an American now.
No.
No.
I'm taking Bill to Canada with me.
Very good.
All right.
Very good.
So she's got to go.
All right.
And all right, good to see you. Good to see you, Mrs. Lee and Bill Lee. We would like to get over here now before we leave. Can we get the assistant manager over here?
Yeah.
And we want to thank you so much for having us. This is a wonderful restaurant. It's very classy. The food is outstanding. I'm sorry. Your name is Misty.
Yes, it is.
Misty. And you are, tell us your title again, please.
I'm the assistant general manager. The general manager, John Murray, and I are quite a team. We are setting this place up for a lot of success in the future.
You know what? I'll tell you something. It's a great spot. And it's called Tavern on the Wharf. And it's right here in Plymouth Harbor.
Yes, we have a spectacular place to be.
And the food is spectacular.
But I do want to plug the gentleman who brought us oysters again. What do you know?
Colin. Where is Colin? Come on over here, baby. They'll take care of you.
On the bar, Mr.
Colin, come over here and grab a chair.
What is the name of your company?
Connor.
Connor.
Yeah, Connor.
Joe called you Connor.
No, I call him Connor.
always
I call him Connor.
All right.
Connor
and
the
what's the
oyster
name of
man.
your
Go
company?
ahead.
Plymouth Rock Oyster Growers.
And
Plymouth
thank
Rock
you for bringing
Oysters
over
Growers. All right.
bringing
Yeah.
up, bringing
All right,
the
so-
oysters over.
So how many years have you been in business?
Six
It's not a
or
trick
seven.
question.
6 or 7.
All right, good. And most importantly, business is growing just like the oysters are?
Exponentially.
All right. Go
right.
ahead and go back to flirting
Thank
with
you
all
so
the girls.
much. They were
But, thank you for
outstanding.
everything.
Thank you.
Now back to Misty.
Yes.
Well,
Misty,
hello.
where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Provincetown. I am somewhat of
You
a
grew
back
up
Washashore.
in Provincetown.
I
Isn't
did.
that interesting?
I did.
Did you ever meet Norman Mailer?
I have many times.
Wow.
I love Norman
Yeah,
Mailer. I
Norman
thought he was
Mailer
a great writer. What was
and-
he like off,
Very, very nice man.
Regular guy?
Yeah, just
Mr.
regular
Marilyn
guy.
Monroe.
You know.
Right?
He was just an
he has his
amazing
own
writer.
identity.
You know what he said why he moved to Provincetown? He said he went down there and he saw the fog coming in, and he said, "This is just like in Melville's day." He said, "This is the kind of atmosphere that will help me to write." Isn't that interesting?
We call it Land of the Misfit Toys. It's so many different, interesting, artistic, cultural.
It used to be.
Crazy. It still is. There's still an underbelly that's left.
Yeah.
It's been whitewashed a bit, but it's still kind of funky.
In the midst of a winter though, like in February, do you know,
You
the
know what?
wind must be.
I
lot
love
of
it.
drinking.
I love it. I
Wow.
lived in New York City for 10 years, and I absolutely love the solitude of P-Town and the closeness of the community.
And
I'm
you were
finding
there
that
from when
here.
you were a child.
Yeah,
Wow,
born and raised.
yeah,
I mean,
wow.
my real name is Misty. I was born on a misty day in Hyannis.
Now, are the fishermen still down there? The Portuguese
They are.
fishermen?
It's gotten a lot of. It's getting decimated because of the regulations with the fisheries and everything. But it's one of the largest still standing wooden hulled fishing fleets left.
Well,
And
Situate's a working harbor.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
They don't have as
You
many
know, the
wooden hulled
fishermen,
boats.
now there's a cause people don't talk about because year after year they keep saying you're killing our industry and no one seems to do anything about it.
No, you're right. And these guys.
They're caught between bureaucracy and ecology, and it's difficult.
And by the way, even when ecology says, you know what, we can change things a little bit, bureaucracy moves so slowly that they can't keep up with the change that even the most die-hard environmentalists say is okay.
Exactly, and then the people who are sitting in the office writing the laws really aren't getting into the real world, and vice versa.
And not realizing that a matter of days can mean either the failure or the continuation of someone's livelihood.
We had a writer
Exactly.
on from Provincetown.
Oh, that wasn't good.
Only one?
He hated me.
Yeah,
Because Joe set me up. He said, "Oh, you read the book," and I didn't read the book. I had read an article. He kept correcting me. Joe teed me up to be killed.
Well,
Was
Steve
Peter-
said-
Was
Steve
his name
said-
Peter Massow? Was that it?
That sounds right. Steve said, "Is your
reserve
book
comment.
a fiction or non-fiction book?" And he goes, "I can't believe you have not even done a bare minimum of research."
I
And
know
then the
it.
next question was, "Where can people buy it? Where do you think they can buy it? They can buy it online. They can
Wow.
buy it at Amazon."
But you
so-
set me up.
Well, how did I set you up?
You call me, you say, "This guy's on with a book." I knew nothing about the book.
Somebody recommended we have them
and
on.
you didn't read the book, but you
Hey,
let me
we
take
digress,
the fall.
though. We digress because
right.
I want to get back to the
Read
Tavern on the Water.
Yes.
On the
Now,
Wharf,
why do you
right?
live here? Do you live here?
I moved here. Well, that's a whole long conversation, but basically, I could find housing here, and it's still
What
on
happened
the
to
water.
Provincetown?
It's a gated
Housing
community.
takes-
The housing's disappearing little by little.
Oh,
Are you
that's a
single?
shame.
Yes.
Wow.
Are you gonna pimp me out, Joe?
I'm telling you, you two make a nice couple of
Now, what
coconuts.
about, though, the dunes in
The dunes are
Provincetown?
amazing.
Or is
They're
it, what is the
phenomenal.
name of that place? Something Point
Long Point.
or something where you look over the water. You know, those beaches, Truro, Wellesley, into
They're
Provincetown.
phenomenal. That's
I'd
my
put
heart.
them up against any beaches.
I completely agree. I've lived all over this country, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it sounds like your heart is more down there.
It is, but at least I'm close, and
Yeah.
I can navigate the bridge
Well, how
because
long
I
does
know
it
the
take
ins and outs.
I think you can get a boat from here to Provincetown in like 45 minutes or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thereabouts,
from
depending on the
Plymouth.
speed.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right.
and you can go out on the ferry here and spend the day. It's not
You know,
quite the same, but it's
you know,
still
it-
close.
It's great being in a part of the country that has some history.
Yes.
How long have you been in this business?
I've
the
been in
restaurant
this business since I was 14, and I'm not going to say how long ago that was.
Well, I'll tell people that was 7 years ago.
Oh, yes,
Misty,
but it's coming.
your fine assistant chef here, right?
Yes, this
He's
is
the
Mike.
sous chef.
This is Mike Henderson.
A
He is-
Plymouth boy, right?
Yes, he is.
Wow. Well, whoever cooked that pasta with clam sauce tonight knocked the ball out of the park. Then we had the calamari, which
Yeah.
was fabulous. Add to it the mussels.
And while all this was going on, I was doing the radio show.
Yeah, I just kept eating and eating. I plead guilty to
I'll
that.
take care
I
of you
couldn't
after.
stop. Oh my God, jeez, it was great. But again, you're enjoying working at the Tavern on the Wharf.
Oh, it's amazing. The best group of people I've ever worked with.
What is the number one order that people have in these?
Fish tacos, the mahi.
Fish
Fresh mahi.
tacos.
Yep.
Yes.
We
Isn't
sell
that
tons
interesting?
and tons of mahi.
Mahi's tuna fish, right?
It's similar. It's
Now,
not a tuna.
where do you get it from?
It's not tuna. So it's coming in right now, I believe, from Hawaii.
Well, you know what? So this is
how
exciting
does
radio. I'm going to go over, Steve, and
Yes.
ask these group of people who
Okay.
are all eating tacos, fish
Good.
tacos.
Okay.
Right? Now, this is unvarnished. This is going right to
This
the
is our
right
reporter.
to the diners. Yeah, reporting live. Okay, can we?
Where
do
is
this
Larry
without-
Legend?
Uh-oh, yeah, Larry Legend. Okay, work around that dessert. Folks, I want to get your opinion. Are the fish tacos a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Let's hear it verbally. Thumbs up, all right. Okay, really, huh? That
He's
good?
never a dull moment
Wow.
at Tavern on the Wharf.
It's Tuesday.
Wow. I mean, is it so good that you're moaning while you're eating them? Yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Marie Carol from the CVS in Marshfield says they're so good that you moan when you eat them.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. So that's a tribute to you.
What is she doing later?
that's a
Because if she
resounding
can moan,
Sweeney says, what are you doing later,
if you're gonna
Carol?
moan at food, Jesus, I could do a little work there. Hey, what time is it, Larry? How much time do we have left in the big show?
5 of 8.
5 over. We got another 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Got another
Oh, yeah.
4 minutes. Once again, we want to thank you guys.
Ricky, come over here.
And-
Dave Harrington, let's get Dave over from the Pilgrim Sands. Connor,
I
the
want you to
oyster
stay
man,
right
get
there.
Right. All right.
And this, I'm predicting a big future for this restaurant. And
Well, thank you very much.
and
Yeah.
a great hotel right down the road, the Pilgrim
so Connor, if
Sands.
you move in, everybody in Raynham can see us on the TV.
Yeah.
And again, I want to give kudos to Steve Sweeney,
Yeah.
who is, I got to say, the most extraordinary comedian in
Yeah.
the entire Plymouth area.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then Misty, the co-manager, assistant manager of this great establishment,
Yep.
the Tavern on the Wharf. Ricky Johnson, Plymouth Water Sports. We got the sous chef here. What's your name? Mike, the sous chef from Tavern on the Wharf. Dave Harrington, the one and only Dave Harrington, of course,
Of course.
from Pilgrim Sands. And Connor, step up to the mic and tell the people why you're famous.
I guess I grow an okay oyster.
You better believe it, baby.
That
You
would be
better
Plymouth
believe it.
Rock oyster growers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't forget to tip your waitresses and bartenders, right, Sweeney?
Yeah, and you know,
yeah.
I just want to mention the sous chef. He actually cooked for Sitting Bull. Do you mind?
Yeah. Very good.
So listen, I want to thank
Hey, where are we
ATD
next
for coming
week,
down here.
Rick?
Next week, it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise.
know, Rick
we
Johnson-
have done 6 weeks on the road, and I know some of you people in Cohasset and Situate and Marshfield are wondering why. But you know what? You got great stuff going on there, but it's
Plymouth.
happening in Plymouth.
Plymouth.
It is happening in
And by
Plymouth.
the way, Ricky, I got the urge here. Come on in here, Dave. You ready? God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Great.